Hello there, it's Samantha. So today I'm coming to you with my TBR for the BookTubeAthon 2018. The last time I took part in the BookTubeAthon was in 2016, and I absolutely crushed it that year. I read 7 books in 7 days. Nailed it. I took part in a couple of the challenges, but not all of them. I'm taking part again this year. I didn't take part last year because it clashed with the biannual Bibliothon, which I wanted to take part in because I can pre-film the videos, whereas with the BookTubeAthon, if you want to do the video challenges, you have to do them on the day. So I was like, that's too stressful. If for some reason you don't know what the BookTubeAthon is, the BookTubeAthon is a week-long readathon where you have 7 reading challenges and 7 video challenges. There are definitely Instagram challenges as well. I'm gonna try and read 7 books, but let's see. I don't know what my work schedule is like yet because I haven't had it yet for that week. So we'll see. In case you're wondering, the BookTubeAthon is taking place from July 30th until August 5th. Today I'm bringing you my TBR, which is written here in my journal. The first challenge is to let a coin toss decide your first read. I'm not actually a huge fan of this particular challenge because I'm a mood reader, so I don't want anyone to be telling me this is what you have to read first. For this challenge, my 2 books that I'm going to be flipping a coin to decide are Alex and Eliza by Melissa de la Cruz, which is a Hamilton story, which I'm so excited to read because I love Hamilton so much, and I've been meaning to read this like since it came out, but I just never did. And then Amazon had this deal where you could get 2 books for £7, and this was on that deal, so I picked it up. I can finally read it now, but I'm going to be choosing between this book and this book called Floored, which is by 7 different authors, and I got this book for review from NetGalley, and it comes out in August, so I'm hoping to read it like before then so I can write a review for it. I'm going to be choosing between Floored and Alex and Eliza. Unfortunately though, I do not have a coin, so I'm going to be going on to Google. They have a coin toss thing, so I'm just going to be doing that. So it's flipping, so heads is Alex and Eliza and tails is Floored, and it's tails. So yeah, you probably won't be able to see that. Tails, so I will be starting off with Floored by a bunch of authors. The next challenge is to read a book about something that you would like to do. So for this one, I'm going to go for Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett. I have been meaning to read this book for years, and I finally bought it because it was in the 2 for £7 deal, which I just spoke about. So I got this and Alex and Eliza on the same Amazon order. I finally got it. But in this book, it follows our main character, Bailey, and she moves to California. And that is something I would really love to do. I'm also quite partial to New York, but I basically just want to live in America and not England. Like, no more England. The reason why I specifically want to move to California is because I like hot weather. I want it to be hot all the time. So yeah, I'd really like to move to California in terms of the weather. Also, I just think that it's a cool lifestyle. And also, the main character works in a cinema for the summer, and that's like my dream summer job, is to work in a cinema, because then you can like go and watch as many movies as you want to, because I like to watch movies. I don't like to pay for the cinema because it's so expensive where I live. Working in a cinema is something I'd love to do, and also I'd love to live in California. That completes that challenge. The next challenge is to read and watch a book to movie adaptation, and for that one I'm going for like the only book on my shelf that I haven't read yet that already has an adaptation out, because otherwise I'd have to reread something. So for that one, I'm going for Every Day by David Levithan. This became a movie earlier this year, I think, and I've owned this book since 2014. My best friend Yasmin got this for me, and I still haven't read it, and I feel so bad because she was like, this is one of my favorite books, you have to read it, and I just haven't. Also, I feel like contemporary is like one of the perfect things to read during a readathon because they're so quick. I'm gonna read this and then watch the movie. The next challenge is to read a book with green on the cover, and I'm going for like the shortest book ever. But for this one, I'm going for How It Works, The Cat. And this is a Ladybird book, so like it doesn't really have an author. This is just a coffee table book, and it's just got like pictures and like the tiniest little bit of text on it. So this is going to take me like 5 minutes to read, so it's perfect for a readathon where you're supposed to read 7 books. So yeah, and it has green eyes, so yeah, it counts. The next challenge is to read a book with a beautiful spine, and for this one I'm doubling up. I'm going to be using Alex Approximately again. I really like the spine on this. I just like how it's like all these different shades of blue, because blue is my favorite color. I just really like it. I think it's cute. It's like not the most beautiful spine I've ever seen in the world, but I still really like it. The next challenge is one that I'm definitely bending the rules a little bit for this one, and that is to read a book whilst wearing the same hat the whole time. But here's the thing, I don't own any hats apart from one winter hat, but my winter hat is in storage and I have like no way of getting to it. So instead I'm going to be reading a book where the people on the cover are wearing hats. I'm sorry, I'm bending the rules, but I'm still going to count this as completing the challenge because at least I'm getting creative. And so for that one I'm going to be reading The Mills and Boon Modern Girl's Guide to Happy Hour. TBR. This is another coffee table book that I got when I turned 18, and as you can see, it's another one where there's like pictures and then like no text pretty much. This is another one that's going to take me like, it's slightly thicker, so maybe this one will take me 10 minutes to read. This is basically like an A to Z of like just random stuff. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I'm going to be using to complete that challenge. It's kind of a silly book, but you know, it's fine. So yeah. And the final challenge is to read 7 books. So far on my TBR, I have 5 books on there. I need to put 2 more books on my TBR. So the first one is going to be Alex and Eliza by Melissa De La Cruz, because I really wanted to get to this book. So I'm going to put this on my TBR because, you know, I already wanted to read it. It was already in this video. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to be reading this, but obviously not first because I have to read Floored first instead. And finally, I'm hopefully going to be reading this book, but I might still be on the one ahead of this because this is the second book in the series, and I'm trying to take part in the read-along for this series, although I'm so far failing miserably, but I might have got caught up by the time the readathon starts. If not, I'll be reading the book before this, but I should be, hopefully, on to Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. I'm hoping to reread the whole series before the last book comes out in October, so if I'm going along with the read-along that Bloomsbury has set up, I should be onto this book by the time the readathon starts. If not, I'll still be reading Throne of Glass. But yeah, this would be my 7th book, or Throne of Glass will be my 7th book. But either way, those are the books. So these are 6 of those 7 books that I want to read during the BookTubeAthon. I really hope I can do it. As I said, I don't know what my work schedule is like yet, but like these 2 books are so short that like I'm hoping. That is my TBR for the BookTubeAthon. If you're taking part, please link your BookTubeAthon TBR down below, or just like comment down below and tell me which books you're planning on reading. I would love to know. But that's going to be all for today's video because I am really hot. But that is going to be all for today's video, so I hope you liked it. If you did, please give a thumbs up. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe down below. I upload videos on Mondays and Fridays, and sometimes on other days because sometimes I can't get my shit together and I upload on random days. Or sometimes I upload an extra video. But that is all. So I will see you very soon with another video. Bye!